Hey guys, Monet Exchange and me are going to be at the Balboa Theater in San Diego.
Yes, for Sibling Rivalry Live on August 8th. So make sure you get them tickets to see a live taping of the podcast. And y'all might see Jacob too.
Now you can go to seethedragqueen.com for your tickets. Bye, everyone. Bye. No other websites. Bye.
Anyway, and also, y'all, I have some solo dates coming up. Your girl is coming up and doing some new stand-up material this fall. I'm going to be in Burlington, Vermont, October 4th through the 6th. I'm going to be in Eugene, Oregon, September 13th and 14th. And I will be in Huntsville, Alabama on September 29th. And also Virginia Beach on October 13th. So lots of chances to see your girl do some comedy, some brand new material coming your way this fall.
There were some people complaining about your last show because you weren't standing up the whole time. Someone said you actually sat down for a moment of the stand-up comedy.
I know, and I felt really bad about it. And I tried, guys. I felt really bad. And I can't promise.
But plantar fasciitis is not a game, y'all.
It really hurts. It affects 1 in 7 people.
Does it really?
Mm-hmm.
You made that up. Also, if you guys want to come see me, I have rescheduled my Burlington and Spokane, Washington show. So on August 9th and 10th, I'll be in Spokane, Washington at the Spokane Comedy Club. And then on August 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, I'll be in Vermont and in Burlington, Vermont at the Vermont Comedy Club. So many opportunities to come see me and Monet separately and to come see us together. And we are just so excited to see you all on this.
Why do you have to? Why do you have to?
I stand the whole time. I stand the whole time.
Why do you have to be that girl? Why can't you just be? Why can't you just like yes?
Literally 10 toes down.
Well, first of all, it'll be 9 because you're missing your pinky. But go off.
Wow, you said it in front of everyone. You know what? Let's get into the episode.
Can I tell you something that I have been very interested in recently?
What's that?
Mini toothbrushes. I'm obsessed. I used to see people using these before, and I was like, I don't understand the science behind this, but they really work. And I was like, they're not effective. They are really effective, especially after, you take a long flight, for example, LAX to New York City or New York City to LAX. And like you wake up, you sleep for like 3 or 4 hours, you wake up, you feel your mouth is all nasty. You can chew gum. Gum is a quick fix, but I feel like this really it has a little toothpaste in here. And then you just it really makes it feel like you brush your teeth.
It's called a wisp.
Yeah,
it's called a wisp. I don't know if there's a lot of science. There's like a little minty ball in the middle. And then it's just at the same time scrubbing your teeth. I don't know if you consider that toothpaste in the middle, but I remember when those first came out. When they called the wisp or the whisk. Or
it is called a wisp. Yeah,
yeah, they're pretty old. I remember when they first came out. I want to say they came out in like 2006 ish. And they were just like they were like everywhere. And I remember maybe 2008, somewhere around that time. I just remember when they first came out, I was buying them a lot.
And my least favorite thing coming in for a long flight, your mouth just feels nasty. And, it's a great little thing. And also I realized
it's basically just dry brushing.
Dry brushing?
It's just dry brushing. You never dry brush? You just take a dry toothbrush and you just
No. Why would you dry brush? Like what's the situation one with dry brush?
Just to get the plaque off your teeth, but you don't have access to a bathroom or you don't have access to toothpaste or you don't have access to mouthwash, so you just dry brush.
Huh. And like your mouth feels clean after it?
When after you haven't brushed teeth for a while and you have that layer of plaque over your teeth?
Yeah.
You don't have that anymore. That's gone.
And then do you have water to spit it out?
I mean, do you have water to spit out your wisp?
No, but the mint in here, that's what I'm saying. Like the toothpaste in here makes it feel like there's some type of cleaning agent.
It's not toothpaste. You keep going. That's not toothpaste.
What
on there. That stuff in there is just like I wouldn't call that toothpaste.
It's a freshening bead.
There it is. Yeah, the little bead.
On the go, waterless, no rinsing. Love it.
You don't want toothpaste in your mouth without rinsing. Like toothpaste, you don't want to hold toothpaste too long in your mouth. But I used to use those when I first got to New York City. But then I was kind of like, they feel pointless. Then I just started dry brushing. And sometimes now I just carry a thing of mouthwash with me, which I honestly
Well,
find
girl, there's new studies about how mouthwash causes Alzheimer's and dementia, and I was like, well, that's my problem. That's why I need the ginkgo biloba because the mouthwash been fucking up my brain.
you know, certain things when they say they cause certain things, I just kind of don't care. Is that horrible?
It's not horrible, but I mean, I kind of like pick and choose, like cherry pick which ones I want to listen to. But that one, I'm like, I can if this is a cause and effect, I am seeing the effect from the cause I'm doing.
I choose not to believe any of them. I'm not gonna. I gotta be honest with you guys. I'm gonna drink tap water. Like you're not. There's not
Tap
a
water,
person, but some people don't. You know, a lot of people don't. And I'd have to be in a very specific town,
right?
to not drink the tap water. And for the most part, I feel pretty comfortable across the board, especially where I've lived: Atlanta, New York, Minneapolis, San Francisco, LA. I feel super comfortable drinking
Well,
the
New
tap
York City,
water.
like legendarily had. I don't know if it still stands today, but I know like years ago, like they did a ranking of like the cities with the best tap water. New York City was like number two. And New York City for a while like was known to have good tap water for whatever reason because we had a lot of fluoride, and fluoride is good for. We had a lot of fluoride, and fluoride is good for like your whatever. You know what I mean?
And also, you guys are not going to convince me not to drink Dasani. Like,
Because of the salt.
there's nothing you can say or do that would convince me not to drink Dasani. I like it, and I think it tastes good.
Well, people act like when people found out, because people for a long time, people didn't even realize there was salt in it. When it started becoming public knowledge that Dasani had whatever percent of sodium, people like, especially black people. Black people love to, I don't like Dasani. Their water too salty. I mean, nigga, you didn't even know they had salt until your cousin was talking about it. Because I didn't know.
Yeah, I really just don't mind. I actually prefer Dasani. It's on my rider.
Yeah,
I'm not kidding.
niggas really was acting like their water was so salty when they started. Niggas hate drinking this. Like, it's too salty. I don't like that salty water.
But also, maybe I'm just a contrarian, and I'm like, I just want. I mean, I was drinking Dasani to begin with. I didn't start. I'm from Georgia, and Dasani is Coca-Cola, so I've been drinking Dasani for a really long time. I feel like I remember when Dasani came out. Like I feel like I have
It's funny you're
vivid
saying
memories.
the sunny. Yo,
What do you call it? It's Dasani.
it's Dasani. You saying Dasani.
My dear, Dasani drinking water. Hey,
You're
have a
doing.
bit of
You already.
Dasani
Well, I did
drinking
not say
water.
Dasani. I was like Dasani.
Oh
It's
dear.
also.
I think I'll go down to the Grove and have a liter of Dasani out of a carafe.
It's also Dasani, not D. You're saying Dasunny. No, Dasonny. The Sunny and Chair. That's what you're talking about.
Dasani Delight. Well, I like Dasani. It's on my rider. It's my preferred water. I do not like Deer Park. I don't like spring water.
I hate Nestle. Nestle water tastes disgusting, and I hate Evian. All these remember when Evian was like the fancy rich people's water? Evian tastes so nasty.
I don't mind Evian, but to me, spring water tastes like a bear shit in the woods. Like Deer Park tastes like it came from a park that got deer in it.
Like Poland Spring. You don't like Poland Spring?
I don't really remember how Poland Spring tastes, but I know that Deer Park is upsetting. Deer Park is like, if you put a bunch of waters in front of me, I can't always tell you which ones. I can tell you which ones are spring water.
Oh, we're gonna test that. That's gonna be a Patreon exclusive. Jacob, please write this down. We're gonna do a Patreon exclusive. I'm gonna put a bunch of waters. You're gonna tell me what's spring and what's not.
I don't know spring water for sure.
Think you will.
Oh, I'm telling you. So Dasani is purified water, distilled water.
Uber Eats water over and have it done by the end. We have us ready by the end of the episode.
Okay, let's do it. We'll do Patreon exclusive. Dasani is.
I wish I could come, but I'm not in LA. I want to be there.
I'm looking at you. You're in LA.
This is my green screen background, bitch.
Anyway, Dasani's distilled, and my favorite water is distilled water.
You like distilled water? Like what?
I do.
What is distilled water? I don't know what distilled even means.
So distilled is when it's like they vaporize it, and then the condensation, and I believe that's when they are like distilling it from. I don't know what distilled water is. I know it tastes the best. Bitch, I don't know what it is, but I know Jacob Google distilled water. I don't know what it is, but I know it's my favorite one. I know that.
Wait, who gave you the now clap shirt? What is that?
This is my new merch. Now clap, Bob the Drag Queen, 2018.
Excuse me, I'm getting 50% of that merch. That was created on Sibling Rivalry, and that is half of my IP.
Okay, if y'all believe that.
That is half of my IP.
You were literally just sitting there and I was telling a story. Okay?
And I was engaged. I was the reason why that story is what it was.
I was in the audience when Margaret Cho filmed her special, so I get 50% of that.
I was part of that story, bitch. You were telling me the story. I was part of that. I will have Brett Green contacting whoever represents you.
I can't wait for Brett Green to contact me. Please have him call me. Because honey, Bianca will drag him to the ground.
Oh no, Brett is known for being very litigious.
And Bianca is known for the same thing. Rest assured. You can rest like this. Assured. That Bianca will do the damn thing, honey.
First of all, I love it that your lawyer's name is Bianca. That's kind of cutty. You be hearing from my lawyer. What's her name? Bianca.
Bianca. I don't know her last name.
You don't know your lawyer's last name?
I just call her Bianca. She's a lovely, fierce black woman named Bianca.
I'm screaming at the top of my lungs.
It's a big week for black women.
I know. It's been a very big week for black women. First, notably, my mom.
What can you tell me more about that?
No, she's been calling me nonstop because I don't know. It's because my mom's getting older. I was like, I have told her this like 19 times at this point. And she called me like yesterday. She's like 19 times. My mom would call me every hour on the hour until I answer. And she was like, "You're coming to St. Lucia. You think you're trying to sneak up on me?" I was like, "What do you mean? What are you talking about?" She's like, "You're coming to St. Lucia for the Pride thing." I was like, "I told you I was coming to St. Lucia on X day and leaving on the next day for this event." She's like, "Oh, okay." Then she called me 2 hours later and was like, "So you coming to St. Lucia, aren't you?" I was like, "Bitch, I told you that I'm coming." What?
Not bitch. Bitch is crazy. Bitch is crazy.
And I was like, we've had this conversation. I don't know what's going on. So I need to like send it to a doctor. She's like forgetting what we've talked about. It's kind of weird.
Not to be inflammatory or whatever the word is, but you're describing you. You're describing you. And you're in your 30s.
Bob, I do not forget that I told you something and tell you the same thing multiple times.
You forgot that you were on a TV show.
That's different than recanting a story. And like, Bob, you didn't tell me.
Is it?
Yes. That's like me several times me being like, Bob,
you forgot that you're not doing that many, no shade, but you're not doing that many TV shows. You're not out here filming.
I am. Last year I did 3 TV shows.
3 a year. You did 3 a year. You can't remember all 3 of them. You can't name all 3 of them. It's 3, remember. Monet. 3.
Bob, but that on top of all the other things that I'm doing, I'm very busy.
3 TV shows. You cannot. By the way, I don't do that many TV shows either. I do more than you, but I don't do that many TV shows either. Don't. But I still know the names of every show I've been on.
Okay, that's because I can't remember what I did yesterday. Where was I yesterday? I flew in.
Which is a testament to the fact that you can't remember things. That's not. You're not winning the conversation. What I'm saying is, you and your mother are of the same ilk.
Well, first of all, genetically we are not, so it cannot be a genetic thing. It
doesn't have to be genetically, but you are of the same ilk. Just like you and I have a lot of things in common, it is not because we have genetics.
We have nothing in common because you ain't nothing but common.
I identify as an every man, every woman type.
Yeah, you ain't nothing but common. Now who you calling? What was it? Now who you calling?
Can't remember the words, bitch. You can't remember shit.
Now who you gonna cover? You self-indulgent, self-absorbed, and the professional. Yeah! Bob, why you gotta change the key? Yeah!
Just because you can't reach the key I reach, don't try to come for me.
First of all,
do it.
I don't
do
want
it then.
To reject it. Yeah!
Yo!
Yeah!
Do it. Yeah! When I be singing songs along with Mariah Carey, I hit the notes.
Bob, I think you're hitting the notes, but I'm
hitting them. Telling you, I'm hitting. Where's my phone?
I have to say, if singing was one of your, if you could sing, I feel like you would be insufferable. All the things you make fun of singing.
You! You.
All the things you make fun of singers for doing, y'all, rest assured, Bob will be doing it all the time. Bob will be the kind of singer that would
That's
never
you.
stop singing.
That's you.
But if you could sing, you would never allow us to forget that you could sing. You would sing all the time.
I came home this morning, and what is an acceptable thermostat temperature?
Okay, when I go to sleep at night, but it's also because even though Andy and I have been together for a long time, we still go to sleep and we cuddle when we sleep. And we separate after like 10 or 15 minutes, but and we're very big men, so we create a lot of heat. So to offset that, we used to put the thermostat to go to sleep at 66.
Jacob is not a big man, but Jacob is a very warm man. And I am much larger than Jacob, and I do not produce a lot of heat. I'm just not. I don't think the size of your body, the size of your body certainly has something to do with the amount of heat you produce, but me and Jacob are quite opposite. I am much larger than Jacob, and I produce much less heat than Jacob. And I got into the house this morning. The thermostat was at the 62 degrees.
62? Okay, 62 is crazy.
I was like, it is freezing in here.
62 is a little unhinged. 62 is a little wild.
And in Jacob's defense, it is a little warm right now.
Girl, California is... This girl is on fire! It's hot. And I'm in the valley. Okay, the valley is like 10 degrees hotter than Hollywood. What if we're in the valley, what is the other side called?
I'm in Hollywood.
Yeah,
You're in the valley.
Yeah, but if I say I'm in the valley, how do you describe the other side of the hill? Do you just call it the neighborhood, or because the valley has different neighborhoods as well?
I would say no, the valley isn't a neighborhood, but the valley is a collection of neighborhoods. So I would say this is Los Angeles. This is Los Angeles, and you're in the valley. Like your mail doesn't have Los Angeles on it.
Yes, it does.
Are you sure?
We're in Los Angeles County, yes.
But you don't put your county on your mail, you put the town. Like, for example, when I lived in West Hollywood, it didn't have Los Angeles. It had West Hollywood on it. Like the mail said West Hollywood.
Right, like West Hollywood,
and
California.
And when you live in Beverly Hills, the mail says Beverly Hills. Right now, my mail says Los Angeles.
Yeah, when I lived in East Hollywood, it said Los Angeles, but it doesn't say the Valley, California.
No, but it says the name of the town you live in. Yours does not say Los Angeles,
right?
Which was a lie.
I thought you
just lied.
I was saying, but this is all of this is LA County, outside of Burbank, like from
but it's not about the county. The county and the towns are different things. Like this is.
Well, you said LA. I don't know if you're referring to the county or the city.
Well, I guess I'm referring to. I would call this LA, West Hollywood, Beverly Hills, and you're in the Valley. But the Valley is a collection of towns. You're in the collection of towns because the Valley's huge. The Valley's quite massive.
Huge. The San Fernando Valley.
The Valley's bigger. The Valley's bigger than LA.
Well, the LA city, yes, but the Valley is part of LA County. Well, some of it.
Also, is the Valley in LA County?
Yes,
it is. Are you sure about that?
I am. This is not, to quote you, this is not up for debate. It is part of LA County. I am telling you.
Somebody on the in the comment section was like, "I hate when Bob says up for debate. It's so." They were like, "What he's saying is that no one else's opinion matters." I'm like, "Girl, shut the fuck up," and that's not up for debate.
Okay, let's take a break and we'll talk about you and your. Let's take a. And we're back. I saw that comment and I was cracking. I was like,
"Girl, if you don't get," I think I commented like that emoji. You know the flat eye emoji, flat eye, flat mouth emoji. Also, whenever I comment on the, I always sign my name, but you and Jacob don't do that, so folks be confused. I always comment and then I write -Bob.
Well, sometimes I'll do that. Sometimes I'll comment and say -Bob just to like you'll write like a long thing and you're like to correct somebody, like you did it recently, and like to prove a point about something, and then I commented under it, undermining what you said, but also saying Bob, and I think just to confuse people and cause anarchy.
I mean, that scans for you, and I don't think anyone's shocked that you said that. Everyone's like, yeah, that's something you would do. It was about the person being like, Bob is trying to change the word trade, and I was like, I'm not. It's certainly not my agenda. I
That's
was
the
like,
one.
it's not something I'm doing. It's something I'm observing. I
Because
was
you were
like,
like
language is.
language change, language is gonna go. I was like, oh, here we
What I
go.
was saying was there's prescriptive language and descriptive. Prescriptive definitions and descriptive definitions. So like, I'm just acknowledging what's existing in the world. Know what I'm saying?
We also want to remind y'all we have a Sibling Rivalry live show in San Diego on August 8th at the Balboa Theater. It's going to be a live podcast taping. If anyone has
Are
been
you
to,
are you gonna let them taste you? Will you let one person from the audience lick you?
for
One.
sure. If I get to choose who it is.
Where on your body are you gonna let them lick you?
Depending on what I'm wearing. If I'm wearing the outfit that I want to wear, hopefully it's ready by then. Minnie Lamore is making me something very. Oh, can we wear gold? Are you into gold?
I don't know that I have a lot of gold. I'll find some gold. I'll find some
Oh,
gold.
I have something gold that you wanted. Would you wear this gold outfit that I have?
I will no longer trust you and let you dress me for a Sibling Rivalry Live ever
No,
again.
Bob. This is my most expensive outfit that I own. This is the most expensive piece of drag that I own, and I will let you wear it.
Send me a picture.
You know, oh my god, why are you?
Is it the thing you wore for the finale of Super Secret Celebrity Drag Race?
Yeah.
That's not gold.
Yes. What do you mean?
Actually, I don't remember it.
It's fully gold. It's fully gold and stoned from head to toe outfit. Yes, it is.
Bring it.
Okay, no, I'm not schlepping. No, the answer is yes. I'm not schlepping that to San Diego for you to be like, never mind. No.
Oh, well then, no, thank you.
Well, do you have something else gold, bitch?
Yeah, I have gold. I've been in drag for a long time. I have some gold.
Y'all, can y'all run the tape back? I don't have any
I thought
gold.
about it. I said, let me think. And then I said, yeah, I have something. I thought about it. I said, do I have any gold? I said, I don't have. I said, do I have any gold? And I thought about it, and I do have some gold.
Anyway, y'all, so make sure you get your tickets at seethedragqueen.com and monetexchange.com to see us live at the Balboa Theater. It's gonna be very fun. Bob and I are both driving down. We're actually gonna race, and we're gonna see who gets there first.
You'll win. I don't drive fast. Aren't you telling me you won't drive me down? Weren't you saying that recently?
Oh yeah, but I can now because I have a thing on the 9th anyway. So I can. We can drive down together if you want.
You're gonna drive?
I can drive. I like driving.
How many suitcases do you have?
How many suitcases? Like what I'm bringing with me, or do I have?
I'll be bringing 2 suitcases, and we're gonna be bringing Jacob. Are you bringing Andrew?
No, I'm bringing 1 suitcase. I'm not bringing 2. Why do you need 2 suitcases for drag?
One is for my makeup, and one's for my costumes.
Your makeup needs a big size suitcase.
Because it has my makeup, it has my nails, it has my
Same.
mirrors, it
Same.
has my fan.
Same.
And then there's another suitcase for my. I'll show you. I'll post it. Oh, it's at the studio, but at some point I'll post a video of my makeup bag.
Okay, yeah. This is gonna be a picture on Twitter too. I'm gonna post mine too. Like I fit everything in one large bag, and that's wild that you need a.
But you're also not wearing. You're not wearing hip pads, which take up my hip pads are large. My hip pads take up a big chunk of my suitcase. Your shoes usually are just a strap and a heel. I have big ass shoes in there. You wear the little straps, so it's just literally just 2 pancakes smushed together. Okay. So yeah. Also, I don't really unpack my makeup, so I have a lot of stuff in there that I actually don't use all the time.
Yeah, I had to reorient. Every time I come back, I reorient. I read. No, I keep my makeup the same. But I take palettes and I swap them in and out for like, oh, I want to try a different color, blah blah blah. But most of the time, I'm pretty much doing the same neutral eye with a little.
I have like 5 palettes that are with me, and I never swap them. I just have 5 with me, and then
which is crazy because if y'all know, I'm a very very Bob the Drag Queen fan, and this nigga does either he does a little silver, a gold, or a blue. So I don't know why you need 5 palettes for what.
Okay, first of all, my eyeshadow goes between brown, black, and blue, all of which are found in the Pretty Funny palette.
And so there's one palette you need to use.
And then my the metallic
is
pigment
the Mayron. I know what it is.
Is Mayron. And then
okay, and just to be clear, the Mayron is not a palette. The Mayron comes in a little pot like this, so it's not even a palette.
Little pots. They're 2 in different pots.
Okay.
And then my eyebrows are Inglot or MAC gel liner,
Which is not a palette for the 5 palettes that you have that you're not using.
not a palette. But then the other ones, because they make me feel comfortable.
First of all, I mean, I could do your makeup, but I know everything that you use in your makeup. I'm like, why do you have 5 extra palettes just taking up space?
They make me feel comfortable. But I have a blush palette. I have a three pan blush palette that I travel with. And yet everything else is just because I'm so used to seeing it. I'd be so sad if I took it out of the suitcase. It upset me. You don't want to upset me, do you? You don't want me to be upset.
Well, I guess we should drive separately because Andy's gonna come and Jacob's gonna come, and you have 9 suitcases. So I guess we gotta drive separately.
I have 2. I have all of my, and also I have my glues.
Oh,
I
Rob.
have my glues. What else do I have? My lashes, my eye makeup, my skin my foundations.
I put all of my makeup
stuff.
in two cubes, like brushes, everything in these 2 cubes are
I want
about
to have my brushes.
12 by 10 little cubes. Yeah, but wait, back to what you were saying. It is a very big word for Black women. First of all, can I just say, do you think that Joseph Robinette, which his middle name is a Kiki, this nigga
I'm obsessed with his name being Robinette.
is a hood Black lady from California? Robinette.
No, Robinette is a country Black lady who works in human resources. Robinette works next to Wanda. Wanda's the white lady from human resources. Robinette and Wanda are actually good friends. They don't hang out outside of work, but they are good friends at work.
Do you see that new movie that Glenn Close is playing? That lady who she's
inspired by that lady who talks like a Black lady, the Southern white lady, yeah. And it's a Lee Daniels film, isn't it?
Yes, we have to go see it together. It looks
and Monique.
Yeah, everyone's talking about how good it is. We have to watch it. Oh no, it comes out straight out. I think it's straight to Netflix. But we should.
Time we went and saw that one movie, that
Blackbird.
Yeah,
I didn't see it.
And we were like so looking forward to it, and we watched. We were like, this movie not that good.
We saw it together,
or separately or something. But we both were like, it's not that good.
Yeah, that's what it was. I didn't like it that much.
We were like this, but we were like it's about to be it. And we were like, wasn't great.
Do you think obviously it was public opinion that made Robinette take a knee, right?
Probably. Or have you been watching The Boys?
Yes, I finished it. This was crazy.
Spoiler alert.
Oh yeah, spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
Or did Robinette's sister sage it? Was this the plan the whole time? Because someone said this. Joe Biden said 40 years ago that he was going to be a one-term president. 40 years ago, Joe Biden said he's going to be. And then when Joe Biden ran this time, Joe Biden was like, I'm doing one term. I'm doing this. I got one in me, y'all. I got one.
When he won in 2020?
Yes. And then people are like, no, he's got to stay in. He's got to stay in. He's got to stay in. He's like, I'll stay in. And then the mental decline happened. And then because Joe Biden in 4 years ago, this nigga was going toe for toe with Trump. He was like, man, shut up. You remember that? Man, shut up. Shut the fuck up. Don't ever talk to me like that on this debate stage. And then all of a sudden, the mental decline. Joe Biden can't think of words. He can't look left. He can't look right. He don't. And then all of a sudden, they built up all this stuff. Joe Biden's old. He can't remember shit. Joe Biden can't remember nothing. Then they spent all this money making fuck Joe or Let's Go Brandon, fuck FJB shirts. They spent the entire.
Brandon? Who's Brandon?
Let's Go Brandon means fuck Joe Biden.
Why? I don't get it. Can you explain that?
I don't get it, but Let's Go Brandon does mean fuck Joe Biden. Just trust me on that. I don't get it, but it does mean that. And then they spent the entire RNC bashing Joe Biden. And then Joe Biden on National Ice Cream Day. And everyone knows Joe Biden loves ice cream. You know about this, right?
No. Why do you know that?
Everyone knows Joe Biden loves ice cream. On National Ice Cream Day, Joe Biden was like, I'm out. Kamala Harris, you got this. And now everything they've spent all their time, because Donald Trump spent a lot of money bashing Joe Biden.
Yeah.
But now it doesn't matter because Joe Biden's gone. Joe Biden's not in the race anymore. So now they're trying to resurface to find out a way to get Kamala Harris. Now I want to say out loud to you all right now, those of you who are planning to vote third party, I'm not trying to convince you. You have made your mind up. I am not trying to convince you. Those of you who are not voting, I'm not trying to convince you. You have made your mind up. You are not voting. And I'm sure that your pressure toward Democrats is going to help a lot. It's already softened Kamala Harris's issues stance regarding the genocide in Palestine. I'm not trying to convince you. I also want to say out loud that I don't think that voting blue, no matter who, gives you a moral high ground. I also don't think that not voting gives you a moral high ground. I don't think voting third party gives you a moral high ground, because morals are obviously each person can pick what they mean for themselves. I don't think any of these things give you a moral high ground, in my humble opinion. But also, that's just my very humble opinion.
I do think we are in a very unique position as people, because obviously Kamala and the Democratic politicians really want to get our votes. I think now is a time that we can make demands, and we can use this as a time to get the things we want. Because as you said, we have seen her already soften her stance on what on the genocide and everything happening in the Middle East with Israel and Palestine. So I think that now it is the time that we can use our power as people who live in this country, who these public servants, because remember, y'all, the president is a public servant. He is here to serve us, this nation of his constituents, her nation of the constituents. So I think that now is the time where we can use
That's crazy.
his or her, because it's his right now. It is his right now. We don't have a female president yet, but we will in a few months. So now I think is a time where where even fucking AOC, I just love AOC, and how all of these public servants are. We can make them serve us by, again, I not voting is.
You want Joe Biden to serve you? You want to be serviced by Joe Biden?
Yes.
You want to be serviced?
Yeah, take them teeth out and service me, daddy.
You think Joe Biden has fake teeth?
Of course. But also, you said something I want to respond to. Yes, I think that the cognitive decline is real, girl. Anyone who has had an older family member, sometimes the difference in 2 years is vast. They're doing fine 1 year, and you go see them the next year and it'd be a completely different person. I don't think that's put on. I think that also the job of the president is so stressful, bitch. You remember the pictures they show you of Obama before and after the White House? This nigga looked like he aged 30 years over that time. It's it's a lot. So I don't think that it was something that's put on. I think that the cognitive decline and his age really, it's really tough work. And I think that anyone who has an old family member, the difference between just a year can be crazy. The person that you see 1 year is be completely different.
How did Donald Trump come out looking younger? We aged. Everyone in America aged. We all aged 20 years. And Donald Trump was sucking our souls.
I know.
Like the witches in Hocus Pocus.
I know. But
we're fucking Thackeray Binks.
Thackeray Binks. I will say it is so sweet. It's almost as sweet as St. Lucia to see how these fucking Republicans are there. You can see them, you can see the fear in their eyes, girl. They are, because everyone is getting, someone was talking, Joy Reid, she was talking about it before. I have not been this excited in a president thing since the first year Obama was up for election. I feel that same energy and excitement that change is gonna come, and because it was bleak after that assassination attempt, I was like, oh, it's a wrap, bitch. They are taking it home to glory, dude. It's a wrap. We're Trump is winning, and now it doesn't feel like that anymore. Now it's 98 days until the election as we're recording this now. So a lot will change, and things will change, and things will happen in these next 3 months, which fucking pisses me off that our election cycle just feels like there's so much to chance, and we'll wake up tomorrow morning and some new shit is gonna happen. But for now, it all feels very exciting.
I agree. It does feel very exciting, and I think that the Repubs. I'll tell you how I feel about the Repubs after this break. I feel like the Repubs are really nervous about Kamala Harris and the vigor that she has.
Oh my God,
behind her.
Rob, don't use that kind of language with Kamala.
That she has behind her. And especially it's the first time that the Divine Nine have ever supported a presidential candidate.
Oh, that's crazy.
Which is a pretty big deal. And it's honestly a really big, the Divine Nine are a very powerful. Yeah, and also, a big difference between Hillary versus Trump and Harris versus Trump. I mean,
Mhm.
Clinton versus Trump and Harris versus Trump is that what's going to really what's really scaring the boomers?
What?
All the Gen Z can vote now. Like almost all of the Gen Z can vote now.
Yeah.
The two largest voting blocks are Gen Z and millennials. Those are the two largest voting blocks.
Really, not Gen X?
Millennials are the largest voting block. There are more millennials
Really?
in the world than any other generation alive. Millennials, there are a lot of us.
Then Gen X? Really? Gen X is huge.
Yep. Millennials are the largest voting block, and we're the largest generation. For sure. Um, and I would say I was this excited for Bernie Sanders. I was actually very excited, but obviously they didn't last long.
Yeah.
We saw what happened there, but I was still quite excited at that
Okay,
time.
yeah, wait, hold on. Yeah, nearly 41 million 41 million members of Gen Z will be eligible to vote in 2024. Wow. New estimates show that 8 million youth are aging into the 8 million youth, 8 million Gen Zs are coming into the voting cycle in 2024. That's a lot.
Yeah. And how many millennials are there voting?
I'm looking right now.
41 million Gen. That's a massive, massive number.
That is 41 million out of how many Americans are normally are eligible to vote? It'd be like 80. It's like 300 something million, right?
No, there's only 300. There's only like 330 million Americans. That's man, woman, and child. That's like every single person.
Yeah, you're right. Oh yeah, millennials and Gen Zs are only a few years away from dominating the electorate via Politico, but I don't know what year this are. But this is 2020. Girl, I don't know how to
Yeah,
figure
girl,
it out.
we're it. I'm
Yeah,
telling you, Gen Zs and millennials, we are the we have we got the
I
power.
was literally about to say that.
Which I think scares Redonda.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, yeah, because because we see how like what Gen Z is defined by, like and like what they're as a as a what do you call Gen Z millennial? What are those as a
Zillennials,
no as like what are those called Gen X?
generations.
Yeah, as a generation, like Gen Z has has a very what they define by right, like they're open and they're more they care more about their everyday person, unlike it feels like other generations. And I feel like when like imagine what Generation Alpha is going to be like. They're going to be bitch. Like I feel like with just Gen Z and Gen Alpha and millennials, we're going to have like a lot of Democrats and lefties coming on through.
Yeah. And I'm reinvigorated for the election, and I think that I think it makes sense that a lot of politicians end up being moderate because that's how the voting ends up going. I mean, if everyone votes, you're going to end up with a moderate choice.
Yeah.
If everyone's voting to whittle things down, of course you're going to end up with a moderate. Also, I think that JD Vance is really dragging Donald Trump down pretty
Down,
severely.
bitch. You know the thing about cat ladies and shit. He is like, how do you have
Yeah.
someone like that on your team? Like, what a stupid decision to choose that person. And also, fuck Nikki Haley. This bitch went running around talking about, I will never support Donald. I will never endorse Donald Trump. He is this. He's a liar, bitch. I am so happy and proud to announce my endorsement of President Donald Trump. Like you sound and look
Girl,
so fucking
she
stupid.
folded. Girl, she folded like Evie Oddly. Okay, she fucking folded. And I mean, same thing with JD Vance. JD Vance, like, I'm a never Trump guy.
Girl,
I
America's Hitler. He called him America's Hitler.
Yeah, I would never. I'm so happy to be sitting next to my president. Damn, that was great. Also, does JD Vance not remember what happened to Mike Pence? Why would anybody want to be Donald Trump's
Because they're so
vice president?
clouded by their own future political ideals. Like Nikki Haley wants to run in 2028. Bitch, you're not gonna have a chance in 2028. Girl, it's a wrap for you, girl. It's a
But
wrap.
also, the question is, like, how do they think? Like, looking at everyone who's aligned themselves with Trump and how their political careers have gone, and how many of them are just straight up in prison.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, straight up in jail, looking at jail time, political pariahs.
Yeah.
Why do they think it's going to work out for them? If it didn't, if it couldn't work out, if it couldn't work out for America's mayor Rudy Giuliani,
Girl, who now?
why would it work out for you?
Now I was looking crazy, walking down aisles, falling into chairs and shit. Like every time there's a camera on Rudy Giuliani, he is walking around, to quote Monique, running around looking crazy as a motherfucker, just falling over. His head is leaking. Like this nigga looks crazy.
If it couldn't work for Mike Pence, why do you think it worked for you? Also, I just want to go ahead and encourage all the white folks listening. I know you are thinking about doing your Kamala Harris think piece. I know. You have it in the drafts. You drafted up your why you shouldn't vote for Kamala Harris think piece. I know you have, and you wanna hit post so bad. Don't do it. Don't do it. To quote Kamala Harris, do not come.
Oh God, no, do not remind people of that. I will say that was crazy.
Not a shining moment, but do not. And but you're gonna want to. You're gonna want to. It is gonna be. You're itching. You're itching to do it. I'd wait.
I did. I did Love It or Leave It last night. For Drag Back.
What is that?
That show that you did with John Lovett, and you thought it was John Lovitz.
Oh yeah.
And then he reminded me. He's like, so. Your good friend Father Dracum is on here, and he thought he was in a show with John Lovitz, and and on your podcast you corrected him that it was like Who I Am, John Lovett, but you incorrectly said that I was married to Jon Favreau, and I was like, you're not. He was like, no, Jon Favreau is straight. He has a wife.
But also, like, girl, shut up. Like, we don't know you.
No, he was kidding. He wasn't being silly.
Yeah, he's kidding, but also like a little hurt, like a little like ouch.
I don't think so.
It was giving a little ouch. Oh
no.
Oh,
John Lovett was very sweet, and also so on his show last night.
Oh my God, just marry him. While you're at him, Monet, just fucking marry him. Is he over at Dynasty still?
At Dynasty, yeah. And he had sorry, I forget this woman's name. I think it's her name is Amy something. Anyway, she is
Sedaris?
No. She is
Polar.
No, she is
Winehouse.
No, she's a Kamala Harris impersonator.
Schumer.
And she was so
Schumer.
Allison Reese.
She was fucking hysterical.
Oh, the girl who does the okay.
Does she?
That one? You said she does Harris?
Yeah, she does Kamala, yeah.
I feel like we should be calling her by her last name. And here's why. I feel like we call every male politician by their last names, and we call all women by their first. We go Hillary, we go Ruth, we go Nancy.
Oh, I think we would say Nancy Pelosi.
We say Nancy Pelosi, but we go Biden.
No, we say Joe
Trump.
Biden. I think Joe Biden. Trump is the last
People
name.
say Biden. Biden is a thing.
Obama.
People say Biden. People
say
100% say Biden. Now, I can make a case for Clinton because there was a Bill Clinton, and maybe people think Bill Clinton. I don't think anyone's thinking Bill Clinton in the past 10 years. No one thinks Bill Clinton is running for president. No one thinks Bill Clinton was the Secretary of State. No one thinks that for sure.
We say AOC.
But we do a lot. We call women in politics by their first name a lot.
We say AOC. We say Ilhan Omar. We say Ayanna Pressley. We say her first and last name.
But like people would say like
Harris
Pence.
has stated in interviews that she does actually prefer being called Kamala.
Oh, does she like it? All right, then we'll be calling her Kamala.
Yeah, Bob.
But you didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
You will lie.
As a
you will lie, and you don't feel bad about it.
As a Kamala Harris stan.
It comes so easily to you. It comes so easily. It's crazy.
Also, people are finding like taking this thing to be like, ugh, she's just so casual. Like there's this picture of her a video of her dancing at this let me send it to you. Of her dancing at I don't know what she's at. But I'm like, why? Like, why is this a bad thing? Like, why does our president need to be this like scary boogeyman that can't dance at a function and like be a normal human being. Like, I don't understand. Like,
to be clear, that has never been a requirement for a president. No one's ever wanted that. They're using this against Kamala Harris. She's a black woman. That's what they're using for her. Donald Trump famously dances. He hugs the flag. He kisses the Bible.
I sent it
Barack
to you on
Obama's
Facebook. You and Jacob.
Barack Obama was never known for being mean. JFK was known for being handsome and charming. The president being a scary boogeyman has never, ever, ever once been a requirement for any president. Bill Clinton played the saxophone on late night TV. Like, there has never been a requirement ever where they wanted a man to be grumpy and mean.
Like, and
Ever.
everyone is like, is this, and the tweet is this who y'all want as your president? And I'm like, yes. In fact, I do. I would love that. Like, there is like, what's the problem?
What song did she dance to? Hold on.
Oh, she just made me like, I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed.
I thought she gonna do some of that start stepping like the AKAs be doing.
Girl, if Kamala Harris busts out into a stroll, I will lose my mind.
She probably used to. I don't know. She probably wasn't. I mean, every AKA doesn't step.
I would lose my
Obviously.
mind.
You think she did it? I mean, there would be footage.
I think they
if
all have
Kamala Harris was
strolls.
stepping, there would be footage of it.
I think as an AKA, like, I'm pretty sure I can ask her. See, she's an AKA. I think they all have to learn like the stroll. I don't think everyone had to do the stepping thing, but the stroll that they have to learn to do with their sisters. I think you have to do it. Like, as
do they? I don't think dancing is a requirement to be Greek.
I think the stroll is for AKA and a lot of Divine Nines. They each have a stroll that represents their sorority or fraternity.
My uncle's a Q. I could call him and ask him.
Ooh, hot. Q dog. Your uncle, the preacher.
Mm-hmm. Uncle Scotty.
Qs are hot.
You know, I find them a little bit obnoxious. That's probably a Q listen. I don't think there is a Q listening, actually. I don't think there's a single Q listening to this podcast.
If you're a Q listening to this podcast, please sound off and show Bob that he is wrong.
I think of all the major fraternities and sororities, I believe the one where we have a 0% listenership is the Q.
We have a Q. Well, if y'all don't know, so for all the white people, like, what's Divine Nine? Divine Nine are 9 historically black fraternities and sororities, and they are like
you name them.
Yeah, we have Alpha Phi Alpha, which is male, the AKAs, the Delta Sigma Theta, Zeta, the Zetas, we have the Kappas, we have the Qs, and we have I'm missing 3. What are 3 I'm missing?
I can't. I already told you I can't name them all.
I know 6.
You got all the ones I can. You didn't say Qs yet. Did you say Q? I don't know. I don't know.
Q.
All 9 of them.
Alpha Kappa. Wait. Yes, Alpha Kappa.
Alpha.
Oh, to be fair, they're typically referred to as AKAs. People don't usually call them Alpha Kappa Alphas. People usually refer to them as AKAs.
Yeah. And the Q dogs are known they're one of the fraternities, and their colors are purple and gold, I think, and they're known to be very macho, like very like
they bark.
They bark. They're very machismo, and to be a Q, you get they literally brand you with the what symbol is that? What is that?
An omega.
Oh, an omega. You get branded with the omega.
All Qs are branded. I don't think you have. I mean, a lot of Qs get branded, but I don't think all Qs are branded.
Is your uncle branded?
I think my uncle got branded. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So
wait, Jacob, can you name off all the fraternities and sororities?
All right, we have Alpha Phi Alpha, Alpha Kappa Alpha, Kappa Alpha Psi, Omega Psi Phi.
Those are Qs.
Delta Sigma Theta, Phi Beta Sigma,
Phi Beta,
Zeta Phi Beta, Sigma Gamma Rho, and Iota Phi Theta.
That's the one I missed.
Also, on a side note, I just recently learned that Catherine Zeta-Jones was not Latina. I thought she was Latina.
Can you say right into the microphone, Jacob, again, please?
Sorry, I recently realized that Catherine Zeta-Jones was not Latina. I thought she was a Latina woman.
Catherine Zeta-Jones?
I don't think she was Latina. Do you think
it's
because
she was like in the Zorro movie, so
right.
I just assumed.
Yeah, Zorro. Like, I think that people think she is Latinx because she was in Zorro, but she's not. She's just.
And people think Scarlett Johansson is a trans man, a Filipino woman, a radio, a snake.
Wait, Scarlett Johansson played a Filipino person?
I'm almost positive she played a Filipino person.
No, I think that was Emma Stone.
Was that Emma Stone?
Emma Stone, white ass plates. Well, I mean, Scarlett Johansson white as hell too, but Emma Stone is like, she's like alabaster.
There was like one movie where it like takes place in Hawaii, and Emma Stone plays a person of, I believe, like Filipino or maybe Polynesian descent.
I
forget.
have to look this up. Emma
Yeah, maybe it wasn't Scarlett. Sorry, Scarlett Johansson. I was in a movie with her. I probably shouldn't be spreading rumors about her.
Emma Stone, Filipino.
But I don't think Scarlett Johansson knows my name at all.
She's married to Colin Jost.
I don't know who that is.
He's the guy.
Oh, he's the weekend update.
Yes, yeah. Emma
The white
Stone as Allison. I don't know how to pronounce the NG last name, so I'm not gonna. I'm sorry.
Nguyen.
Nguyen. Okay, yeah. She played.
I think
she played the white. She played that.
That's a Vietnamese name.
Well, that's the person she played.
So maybe the character is Vietnamese, or maybe maybe it's a Filipino person with a Vietnamese name. That happens. I mean, I have a Scottish last name, and I'm not Scottish, so. But we know how that happened.
Marriage.
Yep. My great grandma married. I can't think of a Scottish first name.
Carl.
Is that a Scottish name?
I don't fucking know. What is a Scottish first name? Rose.
Ross.
Wait,
Rose's name is Raj?
Ross.
Is there a queen who you like? Your name doesn't really match you.
Olivia Lux's name is Fred.
Whose name is Fred?
Olivia Lux.
Yeah, that doesn't match. I don't think Roy matches Bianca either. Roy doesn't match Bianca.
Why? Because she's Latinx?
No, she doesn't like a Roy. Roy is such a plain name. Roy's like Roy.
Can I tell you that video?
Albert. She looks like an Albert.
Albert?
She looks like an Albert. Yeah, for sure.
That queen from Canada Drag Race that goes around doing DragCon and calls everyone by their boy names. I am obsessed with her. I've watched each one like 9. I think it's hilarious.
Tina Burner looks like a Christian.
She does. Too bad she's
if that queen came up to me and said Caldwell, I would be like, hey girl. But if she said Christopher Caldwell, that would irritate me.
Really?
I don't like when anyone calls me Chris. I just don't like being called Chris.
I know you hate
Chris.
that.
I just don't like it.
Okay, here's a question. Because all your family calls you. All your family calls you that. Do you hate that too?
Do what?
All your family calls you like that. Do you hate it?
So my mother called me Christopher,
right?
And I actually don't mind being called Christopher, but just by my mom. Everyone else in my family calls me Chris. My mom called me Christopher.
Chris, yeah.
Everyone else called me Chris, and I don't care for it. I'm never going to convince them to call me Caldwell because half of them are also Caldwells. Right. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to ever convince them to call me Caldwell. So they just call me Chris, and I just accept it. And it doesn't bother me when it's them, but other people it bothers me.
What
it really does.
What does Justin call you?
Chris.
Got it.
Chris.
Oh yeah, I'm about to say he don't call you Chris. He call you, hey, Chris, man.
Chris. But if they all call me Christopher, I would prefer that. But that does not mean I want y'all to come and call me Christopher. You can call me Bob. All y'all can call me Bob. I actually almost all of my close friends call me Bob, with the exception of like a few.
Who else? Who don't call? Oh, probably like Summer and them. I know you for a long time.
Summer. A couple of the folks that I wouldn't say I'm super close to them, but the folks that I met over at Angels in America call me Caldwell.
Wow, so you're closer to them than us, Mark?
No, I didn't say that. Calling me Caldwell has nothing to do with how close you are to me. But calling me Chris does have something to do with how close you are to me. And it's you're either very close or you are very far. There is nothing in between for calling me Chris. It's true. But Bob, you can call me Bob, and that really has no standing on how close you are to me. And Caldwell, my Uber drivers call me Caldwell. So
well, partners. I don't know how you and Jacob, but partners. Every queen's partner that they're with for a long time, they always call them by their name that's not their queen name. I don't know any queen that is in a long-term relationship that their partner calls them by their drag name.
Jacob calling me Bob to other people. When Jacob
calls you Caldwell.
Yeah, to you, but when Jake was talking to people in a professional setting, he says Bob. Like when we're at the theater, or if we're somewhere, if we're at work at a photo shoot, Jacob refers to me as Bob. But when we're home, Jacob calls me Caldwell.
What if you're in sex, Jacob calls you Bob? Would that be weird?
It would be shocking. So
no,
yeah, I guess it would be weird.
Would it be weird?
Yeah, I guess it would be weird. Yeah, I would be really taken aback. I'm like, oh. Jacob also calls me Belshazzar.
What?
I don't know why he does it, but he calls me Belshazzar. Well, I think I know why he does it. Because I call Jacob by his full name. And then because he calls me Caldwell, and my Caldwell's my last name, and the last name that I've given myself is made up. It's not a real last name. It's the name I made up for myself. So Caldwell Tadq, which is not actually my name, but it's what I go by. Then he made up a middle name for me, which is Belshazzar. Is that probably why you do it, Jacob?
Yeah, that's why I do it.
Y'all
Just talking to the microphone for us, Jacob.
That's why I do it.
Y'all just some kinky shit.
So you can call me Belshazzar if you want as well.
Andy's so weird. He like calling me to everyone calls me Kevin. I'm like, bitch. Well, no, which I don't care. But he loves calling Selena out of her drag name, and that I told him stop calling her out of her drag name. Her name is motherfucking Selena. It's not Jason.
I mean, if I'm at work with Jacob, I don't want him being like Caldwell. Can someone go get Caldwell? Like, let's make it linear at work. Just be like, where can we get Bob to set? Like, I don't need you at work. But also, Andy doesn't really work with you, so it doesn't really matter. Andy's just like, where's Kevin?
Yeah.
But if Andy worked with you, like if our managers were like, where's Kevin? That'd be weird, right?
When I first started dating Caldwell, he was doing a gig for the Gay Men's Chorus of San Francisco, and they had him like up in a hotel room to get ready. And he was like, "Oh yeah, you can just stop by my hotel room. I'm just finishing up my gig, and then we can just go back home." But they didn't tell him that it was like the after party hotel room, so he was trying to like get de-dragged, and there was like a full Gay Men's Chorus after party coming.
I forgot about
so he like
that.
knocked on the door, and this random man wearing a full suit opened the door, and I was like, "Hey, is Caldwell here?" And he was like, "Who?" I was like, "Caldwell," and he's like, "I don't know a Caldwell. Is there a Caldwell here?" And then Bob was like, "Yeah, it's me."
I forgot. I was so annoyed by that. I was so irritated that I had to get out of drag in the middle of the after party. I want to perform with the Gay Men's Chorus.
I have a bunch of times.
Okay, you rub it in my
you
face,
performed with
bitch.
the Los Angeles one.
I am?
No, you can if you want. It's the close one.
Oh, well, let's do it.
Well,
I mean, I have performed with one.
I'm gonna
obviously.
audition, so let's see if I get in first.
Oh, you want to be? Oh, Jacob, that's so cute.
We'll see.
I also performed with the San Francisco. Wait, you said that already.
Oh, yeah. Who now? Now who can remember shit? Okay, mom. Yeah, okay, mom. You fully becoming my mother. You are my mother.
No, what I meant to say was I performed with the San Francisco Orchestra as well.
No,
before
first of all, you
did
did not perform. You performed. See, you don't even know. You performed with the San Francisco Symphony. It's a motherfucking difference. Know what the fuck you talking about before you just start saying shit.
Jesus Christ!
It's a very important distinction. Not with the San Francisco Orchestra. The San Francisco Symphony is who you performed with.
Wait, why the vitriol?
Because
by the way, I got you that gig.
You did not get me that gig.
Yes, I did.
I know you did not. How?
We can call Peaches Christ right now.
Okay.
And she'll confirm
do you know what? Do you know what gig that you better thank me for? The motherfucking Charlotte Pride that you're doing, because I turned that down, honey.
We can call Peaches Christ right now and she'll confirm it.
I turned that one down for you. So can I have a thank you?
Okay, first of all, that's not how I got the gig. Let's be clear on that.
How'd you get it then?
First of all, my cousin is literally in charge of Charlotte Pride.
Okay. Well, your cousin reached out to Monet Exchange LLC first.
You know they book multiple people for prize, right? You know that? Did you know that? Did you know that? I assure you, there's one thing I don't have is your hand-me-downs.
You literally have my costume as a hand-me-down that you've taken from me.
Honey, the pants are too short. The pants, I'm not wearing your high waters, baby. Honey, the clothes go down the line. They don't come up the line. Rest assured. Rest assured. My wig is over your shoulder. Your wig isn't over mine. Okay, honey? That wig over your shoulder is mine. I don't have none of your shit up
First
here.
of all, you literally have my cousin at your house. So what are you talking about?
This is my queerty, honey. My queerty.
It literally says Sibling Rivalry.
Honey, this is the key to the city, honey.
What city?
This key says Caldwell TDQ on it, honey.
Chuck Stalusa?
Yeah. Is for Del Rio, Texas. I have the key to Del Rio, Texas. Me. I can go into literally anyone's house at any point in time in the entire city of Del Rio. What is that, Jacob? Microphone, Jacob. Microphone. 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 I can't hear anything, Jacob. Microphone.
Holiday Gaiety was first presented by the San Francisco Orchestra in 2018. Previous guests has included drag performers Coca Peru, Bob the Drag Queen, and Thorgy Thor.
Oh, so we did not do the same gig, baby, because I did not perform with the orchestra. I performed with the symphony.
So it was the orchestra.
So we did not do the same gig.
So it was orchestra.
We did not do the same gig.
Wait. Beep. Who got the keys to the Jeep? Can you apologize that you're wrong? Can you apologize that you're wrong?
I'm sorry?
Because I did perform with the orchestra. Can
Well,
you
you
apologize
said
that
we
you're
had
wrong?
the same gig. I performed with the symphony, not the orchestra. So we performed
Okay,
with
first of
different
all,
gigs.
did you do the Holiday Gaiety?
No.
You did not do the Holiday Gaiety with Peaches Christ.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, with Peaches Christ, correct. Yeah.
So you think maybe they swapped out the orchestra and the symphony? You think maybe that happened?
Oh my God, you don't even know how it works.
You think maybe that happened?
I'm not doing
Did you do a holiday show with Peaches Christ?
I did with the San Francisco
That
Symphony.
was the Holiday Gaiety.
With the San Francisco Symphony.
So can you acknowledge that I performed?
Here's the article right here. San Francisco Symphony Holiday Gaiety. Monet is correct.
Thank you.
No, but we both did the Holiday Gaiety. It's the same gig. I did the orchestra, you did the symphony.
Okay, and let me tell you something. The symphony is of notoriety, honey, not the orchestra.
Can you acknowledge that you were wrong?
Get that straight.
Can you acknowledge you were wrong, please? It would mean a lot to me.
No, not wrong.
You said I didn't perform with the orchestra. You said that.
Well, because
Jacob, read it again. Jacob, read it one more time, please.
He just read mine. The symphony.
No, mine. Mine's is. Mine.
Holiday Gaiety was first presented by the San Francisco Orchestra in 2018.
So can you acknowledge that you were wrong and that I performed with the San Francisco Orchestra, please? Monet, we have 20 seconds left in the party. You're the one who claims you always say you're wrong. Say you're wrong.
No, because there was miscommunication.
No. There was no communication. I said I performed with the orchestra, and you said, no, you didn't. Actually, you performed with the symphony. That's what happened.
Why you gotta make me sound like that, though? That's so rude. I don't make you sound crazy.
That's just how I remember it. That's just my auditory recall.
Yeah.
That's just my auditory recall.
Recall.
You said I was tone deaf. That's the tone I heard.
Auditory recall this click. I'm about to hang up on this call. How about that?
You acknowledge you were wrong, please, before we go. We have literally negative 14 seconds.
And with that, thank y'all for listening to this episode of Sibling Rivalry.
Wow. I don't want to hear no more. I say when I'm wrong. I don't want to hear no more. I say when I'm wrong. It's a wrap on that, baby. Because you're wrong. I perform with the orchestra, and you perform with the pathetic little symphony. The tiny, minuscule, little sad-ass symphony. I had a whole motherfucking orchestra behind me.
Do you know
and I conducted.
I
conducted, honey.
You sound insane by saying that.
No, I'm sorry. I think there's some confusion. This is confusing in the wording of the article. It is actually the San Francisco Symphony Orchestra for both. And if
it's a symphony and orchestra?
Here, it's a San Francisco Symphony Orchestra. If you look right here on their website, this is sssymphony.org, and we can see the program from the December 7th, 2017. Is this the night we met, Bob?
Yeah, actually. Oh my God, what's our date that we met?
There we go.
Oh my God! Can y'all get a room?
I had a room.
Jesus, yeah, but with the whole rest of the Gay Men's Chorus.
You know, I wrote Jacob a poem.
Well, no. So the Gay Men's Chorus was a different deal. We hooked up the night after he was done doing this concert. We just met on Grindr, and then later, as we were continuing to date, he did this Gay Men's Chorus.
Do you know the first day I met Jacob, I wrote him a poem?
I saw this, and you told him you love him. We talked about this.
I didn't say I love you in the poem.
But you told him you love him the first time you met him.
No, I did not.
Jacob, am I making this?
Tell me. No, he absolutely said that.
Thank you.
I said I love you the first time.
Yeah.
You said You said, I know this might be crazy, but I think I'm falling in love with you.
Jacob is lying. Jacob
Bob,
is,
there's a
Jacob-
whole okay, time out.
Jacob is gaslighting you. Jacob is lying. Jacob, tell them I did not say that.
If you're trying to be, I'm sorry. If you're not trying to be sweet, that's fine. If we want to retell things.
Bob,
Jacob, you
there's
are
a whole podcast.
Jacob is no. Jacob is, first of all, Jacob is lying. Jacob's doing a bit. Jacob is doing a bit.
There was a whole
What I
podcast where you were
told
saying
you
that.
that we started saying I love you very early. That's what I said. I did not tell you, Jacob, I love him until I was working at the Berkeley Repertory Theater. We've been dating for like a month, and we were in bed together. And then we both said, let's just go ahead and start saying I love you. It was not on the first night that I met Jacob. Jacob, tell Monet I didn't say that, so she doesn't think I'm lying.
You're right. Okay, baby, you're right. Yes. No,
Oh,
no,
he
that didn't happen.
He's just pacifying you. I don't believe it. You said it the first night.
Jacob is doing a bit. You know Jacob loves a bit.
I don't know. Jacob hates bits.
So now you don't know Jacob. You do not. So Jacob been working on this podcast, building it up, and you don't know anything
Jacob
about
does not know
Jacob,
bits.
the producer of Sibling Rivalry. That's
Jacob
crazy.
doesn't like that. He does not like bits. So Jacob is telling the truth. Jacob, I believe you. I see you. I'm gagged.
Thank you.
Jacob, shut the hell up. We gotta go. Bye.
Bye.